고생이 많으십니다.
토르센, 황명에 따라 수도로 복귀하십시오.
방어구 링크 연결. 시리얼 넘버 확인.
And number 1 from roughly a week ago by NC South, the South Korean developers, in case you missed out. We've got over here a brand new third-person post-apocalyptic semi-open world shooter going by the name Project L, or Triple L. Something that is just part a mech shooter, part Metro Last Light, and another part Death Stranding to some extent. Just take a look. Game set to be released for PCs and the next generation of consoles by the end of 2024.
신도 24, 지하로 조작됩니다. 지상으로 탈출해 당신을 복구하십시오.
Coming up behind that by the old Kakao games, we've just came across a brand new open-world action MMORPG, AAA. I'm almost sure a few of you have been waiting to hear more about this one specifically. Well, finally we've got over here ArcheAge 2, a franchise that started life all the way back in 2015. Just take a look. There ain't really much to talk about with this one, except the trailer really explains most of it. This game has been in development for 3 years straight, now set to be released for PCs and the next generation of consoles only. At number 3, to me honestly this was absolutely just insane when I heard about it first, guys. We've got over here something going by the name We Killed Monsters. What I've gathered to be in development since only last year around the same time now, and just a mix of probably every single AAA game that came out for the past few years. Be it the Horizon Zero Dawn, Death Stranding, Shadow of the Colossus, you name it. Unfortunately though, a release date for it, or a release window, is still yet to be announced. number 4. Alright guys, I saw this one myself at reveal just a couple of weeks ago, although it's been aired for a good couple of months. Only ever since, I'm just trying to wrap my head around the idea or just the concept of it. But anyway, here we've got a brand new something project going by the name Cam FPS, which is, as you can see, exactly what the title suggests, with some next level, probably Unreal Engine 5 footage. Check it out, this is the only thing we've got of the project at the moment. Nothing else.
我，天才少年东方耀。
要通过入学考试呢，就得看你能拿出什么样的宝物啦。
And number 5, we've got the old Tencent Games in partnership with developer Timi Studio, and finally, the reveal of the gameplay for the next level open world action RPG in the making since 2020, in case you missed out on Honor of Kings World. Actually, we did earlier came across a gameplay which was apparently not that legitimate, but in any case, Honor of Kings World is a spin-off of Tencent's mobile Honor of Kings, however, now an open world game and one that actually features co-op. Check it out, game's been rumored to be coming out in 2024.
破魔之剑，队长，就是现在！
竟然还会这种！支持！风暴龙王怎么会出现在地下？快闪开！
王者峡谷究竟发生了什么？
Now, in case you have missed out on the update, Capcom released a new gameplay trailer for the Resident Evil 4 remake, reconfirmation that the game's indeed releasing for PCs, PlayStation consoles, and the Xbox Series X by March 24 next year. See, Resident Evil 4 Remake is about everything the original game had to offer, amped up with more horror and more action, and I'm not really sure if this is legitimate, but worse has it that you can now actually walk as you shoot. In any case, this is how it really looks. Holy shit.
Bill me for the repairs later.
About 4 days ago, or maybe it was 5, I don't know, we came across something called Blight Survival. Something I've only heard rumors about for the past couple of months, but what is described as I've gathered to be a co-op action horror roguelite set in alternative 14th century about some war between two cities or rival tribes or whatever, where deadly diseases turned folks into maniacs. Just take a look. This one's coming to PCs only mid to late 2023.
Stop warming your balls and get over here! Hey, are you listening to me?
Sure, I am.
You're hearing me. You ain't listening.
Leave off, Granger.
Look at him, or I'll make you.
Boy, calm down, will you? Alright, I'm looking.
Come to me. Feel alright.
Developed by Round 8 Studios. We've got over here at number 9 Lies of P, aired first around spring last year, one of the most eeriest, Bloodborne-esque, Lovecraft and Souls-like games in the making, albeit featuring the character Pinocchio, as he gets to navigate a city, lying his way apparently out of the trouble times, and then also fighting some visceral, new kind of monsters that are actually really innovative, in my opinion. Check it out, game's releasing early next year for PCs and consoles, except Switch. At number 10, guys, we've got since the Gamescom this year, in case you missed out on, an open-world and RPG action-adventure mix set within the period of medieval China and partially inspired by Ghost of Tsushima, something called Where Winds Meet. Check it out. Right now, you see, there's no release date for the game out there just yet. Only I know it's a PC exclusive in its current state and that there will be an open beta testing plan for it by the end of this year. Coming up behind that, in case you missed out on the update, Atomic Heart is now releasing February 21st next year, coming to both generations of consoles, Stadia and PC. This is, for those of you new, a science fiction first-person shooter set in an alternative version of the 1950s Soviet Union war, in which the robotics, or whatever these mechanics or androids, and other advanced technologies were developed during World War II by Russia, and so they've been winning the war with it. Take a look, this is how the game really looks. Next up by NCSoft, announced around August this year, we've got by the developers of all Lineage games, in case you're just wondering, something over here called Project M, a supposedly visual novel style adventure, but the kind that takes a lot of cues, heavy cues from Quantic Dream games. Well, in case you're wondering, games like Heavy Rain or Detroit Become Human. Not my words, but apparently this is actual gameplay and it is being built using Unreal Engine 5. Check it out, game's set to be coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles sometime next year. Coming up behind that, we've got Lost Soulless Sight. This is probably the oldest project to have been announced. Technically speaking, it goes back to more than 5 years ago as a hack and slasher, but here we've got it once again from a couple of months ago with not just a few, but like 20 more minutes of gameplay. This is basically a Souls-like hack and slasher, a lot in the same vein as old Devil May Cry games, but then infused with some futuristic Souls-like gameplay. It is coming to the PlayStation consoles and PCs only, due out mid to late 2023.
Teddy! Teddy! Come here, boy! What has got into him?
Moving on, we've got over here something called Paranormal Tales, a so-described found footage horror game inspired by Kojima's PT that was first revealed earlier June this year. Here's a new trailer. This game is currently in development with developers Horror Camp Committee and quite a bit inspired by the Blair Witch Project. Check it out, it is coming to PCs only sometime next year. Moving on, we've got once again Black Myth Wukong. As I've mentioned over 400 times already, this is one of the biggest games due for next year and quite literally just the biggest action game out of China in the making as I'm speaking. Now, in case you have missed out on the update, we've actually got about 2 more trailers, a cinematic and some more in-game footage, reconfirmation that the game's coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles only by the end of 2023.
To risk your own life for what you believe is your sacrifice to make. To lead others to death
At number 5, once again, we've got Senua Saga Hellblade 2. That is literally the biggest game in development by Ninja Theory right now, even though they have some dope games in development right now. Senua Saga Hellblade 2 is currently in development for the Xbox Series X and PCs only, and rumored to be coming out early to mid next year. That's pretty much all there's to it. There's a couple of trailers for Hellblade 2, just in case you didn't get caught up with. I highly recommend watching them in case you haven't already. They're really good.
Can you smell their fear? He's here. Death is coming. Look at the bones. Death is coming. Look at the bones. That's going to be you. That's going to be everyone. No one's ever killed a giant before. What makes you think you can stay down?
Those whose eyes are clouded by fear are besieged by the ghosts that haunt them. Senua saw that to win the war we must break this siege. Break it with an unshakable truth. Break it with an impossible feat.
Paranormal recently came out and finally shared some new details about Crimson Desert, and also then another game they have in the making going by Dokevi. Crimson Desert, the open world MMORPG, which is probably the biggest project Paranormal has in the making ever since reveal, is now set to come out by the end of next year for PCs, both generation of consoles, and believe it or not, it has actually been in the making for 5 years already. Check it out, this is how the game really looks, in case you haven't seen it already. Coming up behind that, we've got, well, one of the most incredible titles announced in 2021, because of the graphics though, and the fact that you can play the game in a third and first person perspective in some dystopian 100 years, 50 years into the future Berlin, and in an open world setting. Story-wise, also then a detective noir at its core. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen, Shadow of Conspiracy Section 2 is on its way to PCs and the next generation of consoles only, sometime next year. And last but not least, we've got over here once again, just a quick reminder, Pioner. After a long silence, the Russian developers just came up with another gameplay showcasing and said the game is now coming to PCs eventually by the end of 2023. This is in case you are new to a stalker-esque FPS, as you can see, halfway MMORPG, or as it is referred to, MMOFPS. Set in a post-apocalyptic premise after some nuclear disaster that has made new supernatural beings. Take a look.